Hey everyone, my name is Chris. Today we are rating every single gadget for every single class. Starting off from light, stun gun, glitch grenade and frag grenade are all going to be S tier options for you, and a lot of insanely talented light players are going for this exact setup because you have the option to play around the objective a lot more effectively with glitches and frags. You can actually zone out people from stealing your cash out. You can hold chokes with it and be extremely effective if you are up against a team that's running double heavy or hiding somewhere in a room, as you can effectively spam your nades and be extremely annoying to them. As you can see here, a little trick that you can use is you can go for a glitch grenade, quickly swap to frag grenade, quickly swap to glitch grenade, and quickly swap to frag grenade in order to do an animation cancel, right? When it comes to your stun gun, if you see an enemy heavy or light perhaps that's holding a nuke, you can always stun him and it's gonna drop the nuke, making a person go for the gun pull out animation. That will buy you a lot more time. Amazing options when you are defending the cash out and the person is trying to steal it. Let's pretend that this is the cash out. You can wait for last second. I see a lot of people are brawling for nothing, losing HP. Guys, if you have low time on the timer, just wait last second, go invis. Unfortunately I have dashes. Stun him, go back behind cover, wait, let another person steal, go in, and just all headshot him. Easily going to be a game changer for you. You will be able to protect a lot more cash outs. Moving on to not so good of an options for the light class. Not only light class was absolutely terrible before, now after the nerfs it is completely freaking garbage. I highly advise you to play medium with recon, as it will allow you to have wall hack, plus you will have a lot of fun destroying invisible lights, thinking that they are invisible. Alright, moving back to light class, we have gas grenade that we haven't spoken about, we have flashbang, excuse me, that's not a flashbang, we have flashbang, and I wanted to speak about breach charge, which was very interesting. I understand that I have different viewers. Some like to press W on enemies and destroy them because they have superior aim. Some like to play around the objective a lot more. Some are still new to the game and really can't duel enemies effectively, so they are going for multiple ways to defend the cash out, and breach charge can be an amazing option. Unfortunately, you only have one C4 and it looks like a tampon, but it's a... wait, what? Never mind. One cool thing that you can do with a breach charge is that if you're playing multiple story buildings, right? And let's pretend that this is your cash out. This is your cash out. You can actually throw a breach charge below the cash out like this. Boom. And then when opponents will try to steal, you can actually use your breach charge to drop the cash out. It's gonna drop. And then you and your team can window climb up here and destroy enemies that are completely freaking clueless that you did that. Okay, outside of that, breach charge is just a waste of resource in my personal opinion, because I am an aggressive player that likes pressing W on enemies, and I fail to find reasons why would I switch my stun gun or any other useful utility for the breach charge. Yeah, you can absolutely nuke people with it. Only use red barrels, because apparently they made it so every single barrel is gonna drop like right here with a nuke, right? Is it gonna? Yeah, as you can see, there is weight to them, but apparently this explosive barrel went on a diet, 1,000-calorie diet, and it's just light, and it's like, woo, you know? Moving on to flashbang, it recently received a buff where you have 2 less seconds on the reload, recharge. You can actually do the animation cancel with the flashbang, so let's imagine that you are going for building rush, right? And you are attempting something like this. You throw flash, you throw gas, and then you throw flash. And perhaps you're going for something like this. And now your opponents are completely cooked. I would say that flashbang is a decent option. Unfortunately, it does not help you with the main objective of the game, which is stealing or defending the cash out. Sure, you can blind the person, but he can still RPG you, he can still shoot you, he can still run away, he can still steal the cash out, he can still defend the cash out. So even though flashbang might seem like a decent option and you can use it multiple times a fight, I wouldn't particularly say that this is the greatest one on the market, as it does not provide you with offensive options. Apparently, I found out that gas grenades now go through the walls, and we have to test it with mediums, because what would happen before is that only gas would go through the buildings. Let's try it with medium, actually. I'm very curious. So you have a gas grenade on medium, and if you throw it close to the wall, would I be... Yeah, they actually fixed it. It was... Wait, was it in patch notes? But I swear to God, it was never before. So gas grenade, it feels like got a little shadow buff, where now you have the option to damage enemies that are stealing the cash out behind the wall, which is freaking amazing. Unfortunately, gas grenade is not as good as frag grenade because there is only one, but as well as you can't really like throw them on the ceiling, you know? So if people are stealing below, would you be damaged right here? No, as you can see, you don't take any damage. So it's not as viable as, for example, a gas mine, if we speak about medium using it. But at the same time, on light, excuse me, on light, it's going to be a decent alternative. A lot of people in my comment section were saying that I'm sleeping on Vanishing Bomb, and then I want to speak about Thermal Vision and maybe Pyro Grenade. Vanishing Bomb is a decent, I'm gonna say decent option, B-tier option, if you are using it with dashes, simply because I found it so inconsistent. Not only you can only use it for yourself reliably, because as light, you can, like, you need to play alone as light class, right? Because you don't want your heavies and mediums to be with you. But as well, the duration on it and cooldown are just absolutely not worth it. Like, why would you take up your inventory space when you can just take invisibility right here, cloaking device? Why? It's just like, it's so much more reliable. It's so much more, you can go in, go out. If a person damaged you, you can always proc the invisibility. With Vanishing Bomb, I fail to find reasons why would they run this. It needs a buff, it is weak. A lot of players were like, oh yeah, but Chris, you can try like a sword with it, and you can just Vanish Bomb yourself, and you can go like cook someone with it, you know. It's just very unreliable. Really fun to play in casuals, but then you're gonna run into heavies with shotguns. You're gonna run, like, it takes me 3 bullets to kill you with a sword, so I highly advise you not to do that. Vanishing Bomb is not the greatest option on the market. Thermal Vision, however, so you can press tab, and if you see that there are 2 or more lights on enemy teams, you can actually go for Thermal Vision, and you will be able to see every single freaking light on the map if they are invisible. Also, you will have better clarity when it comes to your visuals. Unfortunately, Thermal Vision has a few downsides. First of all, you don't see gas in it. So, oops, I'm in gas. But it's a great option if you are playing against lights. I usually take Thermal Vision if I am playing against lights and I go for Stun Gun. I would go for Glitch Grenade, because they are very important when it comes to glitching heavies. It will completely get rid of their shields, bubbles, RPGs, nukes, and I would go for Thermal Vision. And with this setup, and of course like an MP5, right? With this setup, I am able to keep my distance while looking at enemies and destroying them from far. So this is amazing. It's gonna be a little bit strange at first, but then you're gonna get used to it, and it's just gonna become your second nature. Trust me. So is that it for the light class? Pyro Grenade, motion sensor. Motion sensor is a D tier thing. I will explain it now, and then we have Pyro Grenade, and that's it. That's it for the light. Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, when we talk about motion sensor, you have to understand that a gadget can be called overpowered if it's annoying to other people. Have you ever seen a player complaining about being killed or being grieved by the motion sensor? Exactly. There is not a single human being in the history of humanity that said something bad about motion sensor, because how terrible it is in the game. You could do the trick where you could place a motion sensor on a barrel and then use a grappling hook, but they fixed it. So outside of that, I don't quite understand why would you even try using it. It feels so unnecessary. Goo grenade on light. I've seen people say that it's good, but not only gives you like a very small wall. I would say that five thingies instead of 4 would be a lot better, and it would certainly be above, because what happens sometimes is that you have such wide corridors that it does not block it off completely. Not only that, but goo is incredibly easy to shoot. Like, look at that. It takes me half of my MP5 mag to completely destroy the freaking goo, and then you can get stuck in it, and if you're stuck in it, it's gonna disappear. So why? It's not like a barricade that's unbreakable. It's super freaking easy to destroy. You can set it on fire, you can blow it down. If one thing falls, everything falls, and it's just yeah, you have 2 of them, but like, why? I don't understand. And then pyro grenade. It could be better with better range, but unfortunately gas grenade and frag grenades are just superior to this garbage. Like, look at this. It's so freaking easy to avoid the area right here, the area of burn. Not only that, you only have 1 pyro grenade, and the cooldown is atrociously freaking long. So I don't understand, why would you even go? Moving on to the medium class, and we have absolute S tier items, which are, in my opinion, zipline, jump pad, zipline, jump pad, and a defibrillator. All of these items allow you to be as mobile on the map as possible, and as I've said before, I'm a plus W player. It means that I really like shooting people instead of sitting on the objective, especially if I'm playing ranked. Unfortunately, there is no skill-based matchmaking, so every single time I queue up ranked, I queue up against players that are significantly lower skill level in terms of mechanical skill, aim, understanding of the game, blah 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 blah. So it feels incredibly boring for me and my teammates to sweat against them, so I just go for like a kill race play style where we are just pressing W on enemies. I don't even care if I win or lose because there are no rewards for ranked. We are just having fun in ranked, to be honest, with teammates without trying that hard. And zipline and jump pad are amazing options because you have to realize if you don't go for double movement, you are missing out on abilities to take positions of power like high grounds, or you lose options to steal the cash outs last second. Imagine that you are playing on a map which is incredibly long, right? And you need to move fast. Like, you defended your cash out, they placed it late, and now you have the option to rotate and try to steal their cash out or grief another team. You press tab, you see, aha, red team needs to die from cringe because they are cringers, and then you go and completely grief them. But unfortunately, you can't do that because you have gas mines or you have APS, and you are late for this cash out, they cashed it out, they move to next round, they grief you next round, and it's all just very terrible, you know? So in order to prevent that, I highly advise you to go for double movement. At least one medium has to have double movement. If you're playing double medium or triple medium, you can go for APS, you can go for gas mines, but I feel like zipline and jump pad are just must. S tier, absolutely. Defibrillator is also an S tier item. It allows you to turn around fights. Let's imagine that opponents wasted so much utility resources, ammunition, time, energy, and like their finite precious amount on this time to killing you, just to see that a guy jumps on you, reses, goes back, and now you are half HP, he is full, and you are destroying them because they don't have any ammo on them. So defibrillator is also a must. I sometimes don't use defibrillator, don't run defibrillator. If, for example, we are playing like triple medium with riot shields and we are just trolling and having fun around the objective, right? But outside of that, defibrillator is an absolute must for medium class. Let's speak about APS turret, let's speak about things that we haven't spoken. Sonar grenade, gas mine, sure. APS turret is an amazing pickup, it allows you to completely get rid of nukes. I feel like developers are gonna cook the update where they will fix gas barrels, or excuse me, explosive barrels. So the explosion will be, like, explosive mine will be as slow as other mines if you place any nuke on them, right? So, how do you use an APS? Every single time you found yourself in a situation where you are at the position of power and ready to fight, you just place an APS. And then if you feel like the fight needs to be taken at other place, you pick up your APS and then you place it at the next, right? And then you fight your enemies and then you pick it up again, boom. If your APS is low HP, you can always pick it up and place it again for it to be full HP. Another cool trick that you can do is you can... Oh, does it not work now? Interesting. Because what you could do now before is that you could place an APS turret on the goo barrel and you could throw it on the cash out and it would completely get rid of any mines, nades and things like that. Let me try that once again. Maybe this is just a bug. Maybe I just got a little bit unlucky. We'll see. Okay, we got ourselves goo barrel. Let's try to place an APS on it and let's see if it will work. If I will pick it up, right? By picking it up, it works. It works. So if you throw it, let's pretend that this is gonna be a cash out. If you throw it like this, it will completely get rid of mines, C4s, nades, and it's gonna be an amazing option for you to steal the cash out. Not only enemies will not be able to break the ceiling, or like let's pretend that you threw it right here. If you place an APS like this, it will completely block the option for them to use an RPG and drop the cash out, which will give you a free res, or excuse me, a free steal. If of course you are shielding your teammates and stuff. So how do you fight against that? There is actually a way. You can jump and melee an APS, and is it gonna work? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they patched it as well. Maybe it was a shadow patch, but I've definitely seen that you can jump and melee enemy APS and it's gonna get broken. Maybe you can't break your own APS, so it's not working. Yes, so it's not working because I can't break my own APS, but I'm sure that they haven't patched it because this is such a niche thing, right? You just jump, and then you can use an RPG if this is broken. So APS is definitely an S tier pickup, but only if you already have a medium with double movement, because for every single time APS is going to be useful, the zipline or a jump pad is going to be 10 times more useful. When we talk about sonar grenade, that looks like a chocolate bar. I was like, the first time I started playing this game, like, what the hell is that guy using a chocolate bar? What the hell is sonar grenade is okay, but you have to understand that there is a better sonar grenade right now. It's called Recon Senses. That will allow you to see enemies through the walls across the map. This ability needs to be removed or reworked. This is so cancerous for an FPS game from a competitive standpoint, but I understand that this is a casual game, so we don't kinda care about that, right? Sonar grenade is going to be great. But again, like, why would you even use that if you have Recon Senses? Of course you can see enemies, but if you are an experienced player, you realize that you already see enemies through walls, kinda exactly. They would have to be closer to the cash out, or you will see how they are rotating, or you already know where they are spawning, so spawn points are gonna be very obvious, right? So I kind of fail to find reasons why would they place sonar grenade out instead of double movement, right? Or an APS. And then we talk about gas mine. It's also another great option for you. Not only that, you can use it like a normal human being, right? Like somewhere close to the corners. By the way, sometimes you can hide it in the textures, right? But I really like doing it instead of placing it like this, so enemies can actually see it and avoid it. I really like to place gas mines on the points where they would have to cut corners. So imagine the person is running like this. Of course, you will not have time to react to that, right? Boom, opa. You already blown up. It's over. Like, and you're gonna take damage, you'd have to go back and you're like, whoa, and by the time you react to it, you're already at half HP or below. Another cool thing about gas mines is that you have two, which will allow you to place one for cutting corners and place another for the cash out. How do you place gas mines for the cash out? You have if you are playing below, let's say that you cashed out and you chose the option to play for the drop, like I shown with breach charge, right? So you're playing below, you can place the gas mine right here, and you can manually proc it. And if you do, it's actually gonna damage people that are above, as you can see, and it's gonna be really painful. But be aware that sometimes they will have healing beam medium that will sustain gas damage, because gas damage is equal to healing beam heal, right? Another way that you can use it is that you can place it on a cash out. Let's imagine that your cash out is below and you placed it, right? You can actually proc it yourself manually instead of waiting for opponents to do that. And it will force them to either find like a flammable barrel or run away, because it's almost impossible to steal in gas, especially if you are looking at them. And especially if there is no healing beam, right? So you proc it like this. Gas mine will last for 12 seconds, and it's gonna be on cooldown for 27 seconds. So you have 15 seconds of downtime, but you have to understand that you have two of them, so you can pretty much almost always have one for you after you procced it. So nice. Let's go for the next one. So as you can see, these are great options, but you need double movement if you want to press W, if you want to be aggressive. Is there anything we haven't spoken about? Explosive mine, and then the tracking dart. Interesting choices, and then glitch trap. I have never seen a person using glitch trap in my life. Maybe I've seen once, but it wasn't really useful. Like a glitch trap, yes, it actually can glitch you, so it's obviously already terrible. It's not denying any space. You can still shoot, you can still like use movement. It's not like you glitched someone and he's completely paralyzed, unable to do anything, unlike what would happen if you were to have gas mine, right? So it's definitely a D tier thing. Just please don't use it. It needs to be buffed or reworked. It's just terrible. Explosive mine has very little radius and it deals 149 damage, leaving people at 1 HP, I think, lights. So you won't be able to kill anyone with it, and even if you do, oh no, my connection is failed. What a tragedy. So even if you would be able to kill anyone, right, it's just gonna be a complete disaster. Opponents, like, the activation radius is so small that you won't be able to protect the cash out with it, you won't be able to deal any significant damage, and it's just absolutely not worth it. And the last item I wanted to speak about is gonna be tracking dart while we are loading. Tracking dart is freaking amazing because for 15 seconds, you will be able to see where opponents are, and you have a relatively small cooldown of like I think 18 seconds. So if you are accurate with it, you will be able to constantly keep track of your enemies. And if you are playing medium plus light composition, your light is gonna have an easy time destroying enemies with a tracking dart. If you haven't seen how it's done, you just go. You click, and as you can see, I see a person for 15 seconds, and it's super freaking annoying. Really nice for the finals, for the final round, and you have 2 shots with it as well, so you can destroy your opponents. I think this is gonna be it for the medium class. Yes, this is going to be it for the medium class. Moving on. Alright, moving on to heavy class, and we have RPG, Dome Shield and C4 as an absolute heavy meta in the patch 1.5.1. RPG is an absolute S tier weapon. Not only this is great for dealing burst damage like this and starting your fight with an advantage, because if you will be able to hit an RPG with a direct shot on a few players, this is pretty much a W team fight for you, because like you have such a big and massive advantage in terms of your health pool over enemies. Dome Shield is also freaking great. We'll speak about the alternative to Dome Shield in the future, but you can use it to save your teammates, you can use it to save yourself, you can use it to juke, you can use it to steal the cash out, protect the cash out. It takes a long time for Dome Shield to go away and disappear, because what would happen in other FPS titles is that you would have 10 seconds on a Dome Shield, and then it's gonna be completely over, like boom, that's it, Dome Shield gone. But now, in this game, unfortunately, Dome Shield stays for like ever. It has 300 HP, which is approximately how do you say that? Approximately 70% of AK mag, so a person would have to reload after shooting your dome, and if you choose the correct timing, you will be actually very good. Right? You can right click it to place it in front of you, you can left click it to like throw it onto a person directly, and this is gonna be a complete disaster for enemies. You can also use RPG, I forgot, to blow down the cash outs if you don't have the C4 or you are out of range. C4s, amazing, absolute S+ tier. You can still use it to nuke players, right? With red barrel, hopefully they will fix it. But if you want to nuke players, red barrel, boom, everyone is gonna be dead. Be aware that enemy players can RPG you and you die from cringe from it, right? When we talk about C4 usage, I really like to play cash outs for the drop. It means that I'm placing the C4 on the ceiling above the cash out. Let's pretend that this is gonna be our cash out, right? This box. So I'm going there. I'm placing my C4. So it definitely drops. And then I'm playing below. And then again, I'm proccing it. I'm forcing my enemies to drop with the cash out, and then I can always window climb and be above. I'm gonna pre-dome, I can RPG, I can have another C4 on the point in order to blow it down. And then I'm ready to ape. I'm ready to drop on a person that's trying to steal the cash out and destroy him with my little pink shotgun. When we talk about non-meta items for heavy, you have a few interesting alternative choices that we will talk about right now. We have barricade, we have... we don't have anything, honestly. Honestly, all of that I already spoke about. So only one item that is left is going to be a barricade. Barricade is amazing if you are playing it with a mesh shield and a Lewis gun. Why? Because you are the only one who can head glitch behind it. So you go for Lewis gun. Let's go for this one because it's prettier right here. Prettier, I said? It's prettier right here. Okay. So let's pretend that you are in a situation of being in the middle of nowhere and you are hard stuck against this player. You can go for Fortnite build and completely destroy him behind the barricade with your Lewis gun, because what would happen is that he will only see the top of your head while you are completely covered. You can crouch spam behind it. You can choose the engage timings, you can juke your enemies. Unfortunately, it's not as versatile as Dome Shield, C4 or RPG, so I personally don't see any reasons why would you even go for barricades. I feel like you can actually pick them up somehow, because like somehow it happened, but I don't quite understand how you do that. Yeah, I think you need to damage them a little bit and now they're gonna be pick-upable, or what the hell happened? Or maybe like some time passed. I don't know, sometimes you can pick them up, sometimes you don't. Oh, maybe you need to crouch. Am I an idiot? Ah, wait! This is actually crazy, I didn't know that. You crouch and you pick it up. Wait, no? What if you damage? What? What? I don't know, is it a bug or a feature? But this is actually groundbreaking. It might be better than Dome Shield because of that, but I'm not exactly sure. So you tell me that if you damage it and then but if you just crouch, it's not gonna work? But it works now? Wait, so you can cook a person? You tell me that you can cook a person, pick up a barricade, go... What? Nah. So... Oh, but this is... Oh, wait. I might try it in today's scrims, actually. Holy, wait, this is nice. Wow, amazing. Wow, and you can place up to 4 barricades at one time, which is also nice. So, this is gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully it answered a few questions. Maybe I gave you some interesting tips and tricks. Let me know in the comment section what do you think. See you in the next one. Take care.